distracted here. This is a guy, he's calling me out. He said he's a little bit more cynical about my behavior. Okay, just a second here.
I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Cringy stuff was Mike Preach. He actually has some good content, and I actually like what he says most of the time.
Okay.
He usually has a pretty good
Time out the people putting the Z's in chat.
assessment of things. I kind of identify with him on a player level, so I enjoyed him. And Asmongold was obviously just, you know, whatever, like, funny factor. And he would actually say some things that were good criticisms, but I was always wondering, like, you know, what's the deal with this guy? In terms of, like, you know, he's being this, like, what, like a faux toxic personality, right?
It's not like, I mean, the thing is with me is, like, I'm partially toxic and not all the way, right? I'm not a big fan of, like, obviously I play it up to an extent, but it's not like I'm completely faking it either. That's not it either. It's just so fucking ridiculous. You see a video? Yeah, relax, dude. Scale up the video? Dude, stop. Okay.
Well, eventually what ended up becoming apparent to me is that he's running a scam, and, you know, he has a very toxic chat, a very, you know, 12-year-old chat, and it's very aggravating to see. And I haven't watched his videos in a long time. I only see it in snippets of other people's videos, and whenever, you know, people do things like this, like reaction series, whatever. The most aggravating part about it is, and what I see is that he has such a big fan base and big pull. He's a huge streamer. And I've heard him say, back when I used to actually watch him, and I'm sure he's still saying it now, is that, you know, oh, I love WoW and I wish things would get better.
Yeah, duh.
And, you know, he's a proponent for better MMORPGs, etc.
Okay.
But he shits all over Pantheon. And I understand, if you don't do any research and if you just, like, you know, whatever about it, I can understand why it would seem like that. Like, hey, it's been in development forever. It looks like, you know, it doesn't look that great. The animations look like choppy as shit and just real stock. It's like, who wants another fantasy game that's just...
Well, just because I like WoW doesn't mean that I have to like Pantheon. What do you mean?
Gonna fall apart like all the others, right? But in reality, and what Joe brought up here, and Joe was actually very fair to him. He framed it as more like, hey, we want to just bring you over into the fold. We're not trying to shit on you. Joe kind of needles him pretty good, but this is the first time ever that I've seen Asmongold really not have an answer. Like, I mean, he came back a little bit here and there, and Joe really didn't hit him hard. The main thing I would have hit Asmongold on. Let me see. I actually took some notes here.
Okay.
It was very brief.
Okay.
Let me see here. I actually wrote specifically.
Okay, we'll give this a minute. Okay, let me read some donations. All right, just so he's got to have some. We'll have a new expansion before he reads donations. Thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate that, Shifty Dude. Appreciate that. Still aren't read any donations. Shifty Dude donated $5 again. Thank you, thank you. Who else remembers the OG fan of knives damage pop up on scoring battle text? Nut. That's goddamn right, Malice. Thank you very much for $20. I appreciate that, man. There's an add-on called Advanced Interface Option. There's a classic button that changes voting combat text. You're welcome. Rip $2. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't see what that button is. I looked for it. I didn't see it. Install advanced interface options under floating combat text. Remove directional scale. Set world text scale to 1.5. Not like the old days, but 100% better. Yeah, but it's not like the old days. That's the difference, man. Thank you very much, man. Read donations, please. Shifty, dude. Thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate that again. Check the YouTube Creator Studio. YouTube probably just delisted it due to a song. Yeah, I know, but that's, I mean, I just played another video. It's not a big deal, Blarg. Thank you. Hello, sir. No idea what WoW is about, but I'm here purely for you. Going through a bad stage at the moment with mindset and weight hitting almost 14 stone. But you help keep me and a lot of other people happy, so keep it up. Please stop shaming OSRS. I stream it to 0 viewers pog. Myself now live. Thank you very much to 396. Good luck on trying to get that under control, man. I'm sorry to hear that. What I hate about WoW is until you reach 120, there's absolutely nothing to do, just a big level grind. I mean, that's always kind of the way the game was, though. It's nothing really specific at all. Thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate that, man. What we miss about the old WoW is a tight-knit team-based challenges, spending a week learning a new boss with 39 other people and having them all scream over comms upon victory. I've had amazing life experiences, but nothing compares to that. You're absolutely right, Jack. Thank you very much for the 5. What I meant about the characters chanting spells, take advantage of 1.6 to 3K hours in game to get all the skills in OSRS to max. That's whenever you can finally play the game. Oh yeah, I'm not interested in doing that though. That'd take way too long. Thank you very much, Shifty Dude. I appreciate the 10. Sorry I didn't read your donation earlier. You can just send me the same message again. Like, I mean, that's easier for me than just like telling me that I didn't read it, but it's okay. Thank you very much. It's not about the generation. People just want the same companionship as before, just a place where they can be themselves. The game needs to not be shit and be good and actually mean something. There it is, man. Thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate it. Okay. Here we go. Watching people that are obese healthy. Well, I mean, like, obviously the guy knows it's a problem. He's just got to work on it himself. It's hard to lose weight for a lot of people in the same way that it's hard for me to gain weight. It might seem easy to you, and that's great, but it's not easy to everybody. Okay, let me look at this over here.
The big thing that I would have hit Asmongold on with was he's not a skilled gamer, okay? And I'm not acting like I am either. But the number one factor with WoW, and even back in WoW Classic now, it's slowly taken more and more time over time, and the skill level has dropped.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, all right, let's get this out of the way. I'm not good at video games. I'm good at memorizing things and being able to plan things out to where I don't have to be good at them. I'm better at knowing what's going to happen than reacting to it happening. That's what I am. We know? Fuck you. Okay, you guys watch. Look, where's Asmongold? Just a second. Asmongold. Fuck. Where is it here? It tends to do a deathless run. Dies to gravity. Here we go. Where is it? Okay, and let's see if we can find it. Here we go. Does this look like a good player to you?
This part's actually a huge cock.
It sure is.
Wait, oh my god.
Yeah, so I'm not good at video games. Okay, I'm not. I'm not a good gamer. The way I play video games, people think is obnoxious. I'm not. It's not fun to watch me play games. Okay, like, I'll be honest. Like, I mean, in a way it is, in a way it's not. You know, it goes back and forth. But generally, it's not really what I'm into. Okay, do a transmog comp. I said I would do a transmog comp. I will. Let me finish this first, though. Okay, relax. How dare you fall down? Well, I suck at video games. Like, that's all there is to it. I suck at video games. I've always been, like, kind of okay at them, but I'm not amazing. I really don't think that I am.
Incrementally. So, obviously, WoW Classic, I think, was, or you know, into TBC was probably the most difficult era of WoW, and then it's obviously gotten more and more dumb.
Do you have an armory? Okay, he doesn't. So, you were right about me being bad at the game. You're wrong about WoW Classic being hard. It wasn't hard at all. How do I know that it wasn't hard? Because people that clicked their spells got world first kills. I watched it happen. The fact is, WoW Classic and Burning Crusade, how can you say Burning Crusade was hard whenever the rotation for Warlocks was put Shadow Bolt, just keep casting Shadow Bolt? So literally, Warlocks and Hunters had one button rotations. There's nothing hard about this at all. Classic and Burning Crusade were the easiest points of the game ever. Like, in what world is this hard? Yeah, 3k DPS. Yeah, and there were top DPS too, spamming the same fucking button.
Down, just more shitty over time, okay? So he's not, his big thing is that he's played, you know, hundreds of days worth of, you know, time into World of Warcraft. That's his thing. Yeah. And World of Warcraft itself has always been a game that wasn't like super skill driven. It was more about how much time can you put into it, which I liked back when I was in, you know, high school into college time, which is when I played, and you know, I played into Classic and Vanilla and a little bit of Wrath. Yeah, Classic into TBC and then into Wrath. What am I talking about? But I had a ton of time. I was not the greatest player in the world. On the contrary, I was not good at all, but I organized and was part of a very good guild, was very dedicated, showed up to every fucking raid, and, you know, was constantly online. And that was my ticket to being one of the top players on the server, because I had...
But if, like, I mean, I just, like, this is just, like, so contradictory. Because if you say, like, WoW Classic took a lot of skill, and you're explaining all of your attendance awards that you got in WoW Classic and Burning Crusade because you were online all the fucking time. Like, which one is it? Is WoW Classic a really difficult game or not? Like, I don't understand it. It's one or the other.
The best items, that's the key. Obviously, I know how to play, and
Okay.
you know, I had some skill, but the main thing was my dedication and my being available, being online all the time. So that's what Asmongold has. He's not some great gamer. I mean, he's not like one of these guys that you would go and see play live, other than for the entertainment value. So Joe wasn't hitting him on the fact that, you know, he's a huge influencer, and his bread and butter is World of Warcraft. He's attached to that 100%. So if he switches to a different format, he's not a great gamer. He's not going to like pick it up quick or anything like that. So people are still going to watch him because he's made a name for himself. But overall, there's going to be other personalities who are actually really good at the game. Like, let's say if you all went to Pantheon, someone like Joe could be huge in that because he's a good player. He understands. He likes that game style. Someone like Alex Sensual might blow up. I don't know. But
Look, I might die to gravity, but at least I don't die to level 17 hunters. I mean, come on. Like, give me a break here. This is insane. I mean, come on, man. Oh, the hunter potted. Oh, yeah, I forgot he was cheating.
I think those types of guys, you know, that's their, you know, their wheelhouse. Whereas Asmongold is just like, hey, I can just be online forever, and that's going to help because an MMORPG is like that. You know,
Yeah.
Time invested will pay off. But if it's not your thing, if it's not super easy like WoW is, then,
I can't
you know,
watch
you're
the
gonna
Alex video.
suck, and he
He's
doesn't
banned
want
on
that.
Twitch.
He'll have to have other people carry him, like, you know, in streams and stuff, like, oh, we're going to go do this raid, and they basically have a whole group of people escort him there and follow him around. So he's...
Okay. That's true. Alright, let's just get it out of the way. It's fucking true. Alright? Like, yeah, obviously, because I read chat while people do the raid. It's what I do. It's what I've been doing forever. That being said, I used to be good at this game. Really, I'm not lying. Like, there are videos that are showing me being good at the game. Like, this was like a rank. This is a top 10 world parse right here that I got on this fight. Like, I used to be really good at the game, and that was a long time ago. Look at this fight right here. Like, top DPS again. I used to be really good. Now, the problem is that this was in 2014, and that was like what, 5 years ago. So, you know, for at least over 4 years ago, I'm not good at the game anymore. But there were points, right? Big Dick DPS words. Emerald Nightmare. Look, this is even back in, where's Elreth info? How to do maximum DPS on Odin, right? Like, look at this. Like, look at this damage here.
Sup, y'all? It's
This
me.
is a video from back in 2016. I was popping off. Look at that damage. #1 fucking damage. 470k. I used to be a fucking god in this game. Alright? I used to be so goddamn good in this game, and I stopped trying because it didn't fucking matter anymore. It's not because I can't do it. I can do it if I want to. It just doesn't matter. Same shirt? Wait, what? Really? Oh no, it's a different shirt. Yeah, it's a different shirt. Like, if I wanted to, listen, if I wanted to, I could go in there and I could get good at the game. Like, you think there's some kind of a divine fucking talent for me to hit 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, wow, I hit 3. Oh, the proc happened. I hit 3. No, there's no fucking design. There's no divine inspiration and skill in being good at WoW damage. Like, there have been multiple rank 1 world parses that I've gotten. Like, multiple. Like, Star Augur. Like, I made the joke, like, Warcraft logs had to shut down and reset Star Augur fights. They deleted my parse because I did so much damage, nobody else wanted to do the fight anymore because they knew they couldn't beat me. It's not true, right? But, I mean, like, I did a lot, okay? I hit 1 million damage. And it's like, there are plenty of times, I had, like, #1 parse, all warriors, whole world, for, Ursoc, in Emerald Nightmare. Now, I had good legendaries, right? So it's, like, not really the same thing. There are plenty of times where I had really, really good parses. The reason I don't do it anymore is because I don't care. There's nothing in the game that inspires me to play on that level. And it's disappointing, but there it is. Like back in Mists of Pandaria, I did this all the fucking time. And now, I never do. It sucks.
He's attached to WoW, even though he feigns, you know, being this...
You got fed hella gear from your stream? Every good BOE? No, I didn't. I didn't have any good BOEs.
You know, talking shit and all this stuff. He's sort of like the Bizarro Bellular. You know, like Superman and Bizarro Superman. But they're the same fucking, the two sides of the same fucking coin.
What?
Because they're both promoting and shilling for Blizzard.
Who the fuck is Bizarro? Fuck.
They're just in totally unique ways. I actually want to put together a little clip series of Asmongold, you know, talking about this was all happened, I think, in the same exact stream, which is kind of hilarious. How it's interesting. I love doing like psychoanalysis of people, especially on the internet, where I'm most qualified. Is that
okay?
You know, he's talking about. First, you know, I've been running scams and pulling one over on people all my life. You know, he talks about, and of course, he's talking about more about WoW, like, I used to ninja loot and screw around and do all this stuff. But in general, people who are doing horrible things like to admit them. They like to, because
stealing in WoW is a horrible thing.
Get them out there, and even more so as like to get off on the fact, like, I'm getting away with this.
Yeah, it was fucking fun.
I'm gonna tell you to your fucking face too, you jerk off. Like that's what they're saying.
Okay.
And then he does this whole thing where he gets like faux emotional and he's like, I don't deserve all this love you guys are giving, because people just start giving him donations and gifted subs and all these things.
Well, yeah.
It was truly a thing of beauty in terms of like, you know.
But you didn't finish the bit. He didn't finish it. I said, I've been scamming my whole life. And I'm on the best one so far, and it's called Twitch. Like that was the joke. He missed the punchline. He didn't watch the punchline. That would have been the whole fucking thing. And yeah, obviously, like, of course I'm gonna be happy. So if you say I don't deserve all these things, and then I'm this terrible person, and I admit that I'm this terrible person, then how can you assume that I would expect that I deserve all of these things that people are giving me? It's it's paradoxical. Like, what do you mean? Okay. It was a good try. That's not what he said, yes? Of course it's what he said.
The PT...
Yeah, his suggested videos are all about me. Look, that's what happens if you watch one Asmongold React video on YouTube. This is going to be your suggestion box for the rest of your life, okay? Because I let people claim the money for my videos. I don't give a fuck, because I can't even claim them anyway, because it's got copyrighted material. So I just let people make these videos. There are people making videos about me, right? And they're making thousands of dollars a month. And the way I look at it is it's capitalism. The people that are the most obnoxious with spamming my videos, and they get those videos out to the most people, get the most money. It's like marketing and advertising for me, except for I don't even have to fucking pay for it. It's great.
Barnum con artist. It was beautiful. So I have to commend him on that. I don't dislike the guy, but I just think he's being totally disingenuous. If you see something like Pantheon or something really promising, you should absolutely be supporting it and, you know, actively working like how some of us are in this little niche area of YouTube where, you know, we're promoting certain philosophies, certain values of MMORPGs. Pantheon might totally fall flat. Might maybe never come out. We don't know. But the idea is, you know, do not compromise. That's why, you know, people made a big deal like for WoW Classic, and they still are. These idiots, like, they're like, it's no big deal if we have, you know, some phasing the starting zone. It's no big deal if we do. No big deal, no big deal. Well, guess what? The no big deal turns into a totally fucking butchered game that's gonna suck.
I agree with that. I do. I actually agree with what he's saying here. Now, there's a certain amount of realistic, realism. Like, Blizzard is gonna make the game the way they're gonna make the game. Okay, like one way or another, you like it or you don't. Like with Classic WoW. And if you don't like that, that's too fucking bad. And I think they're going to do sharding at the start. Do I want them to? No, I would rather the servers crash and 5,000 people try to fight for the same boar for hours and days at a time until they rage quit and throw their keyboard through the fucking wall. Like, that's what I would rather happen. That's not going to happen, though. It's just not. Like, that's just not what's going to happen. And so the outcome of that, right, is like you have to accept that certain things are going to happen that you don't want to fucking happen. And if you don't like that, it's just too bad. Like, it's just too fucking bad. I mean, it's not really accepting it, and I'll even agree with what he's saying. Like, each little thing wasn't bad. If you were to tell somebody in Vanilla WoW that there would be a dungeon finder, they probably wouldn't believe you. If you were to tell somebody in Wrath of the Lich King that there would be a raid finder, they probably wouldn't believe you. If you were to tell somebody in Cataclysm that there wouldn't be any master loot, they probably wouldn't believe you. See, it's basically like boiling a frog. And right now, we're a really, really, really hot frog. And it didn't happen just overnight. It happened over time. So this guy is right in that circumstance, okay? He's very right.
The point is, don't settle. They're going to make some changes, no doubt about it. Mark my words. There will be.
But then, but like, then you're just settling, right? It's like, no, I didn't say it's okay, but it's like,
WoW token eventually in fucking Classic. I don't know if it'll be day one, but it will be in there. I guarantee it. Fucking timestamp that shit. But the point is, if the player base, the community is not settling, they're not compromising at all with what's going on, then the company that's putting it out will get a better signal of, okay, what can we get away with? And they will not try to pull as much shit. Now, they might not work at all, they might not listen at all, but the idea is set the tone. Don't just be like, oh, it's okay, we're just...
Well, who's doing that? Like, what do you mean? Like, where's the fucking... Does this guy even watch my shit? Like, this is the Asmongold's no changes rant.
No changes. No barbershop. No flying mounts. No LFR. No LFD. Nothing.
So, what do you mean? I'm okay with stuff. Like, yeah, you remember that? That was a good fucking stream. I remember that very clearly. That was fucking amazing. Asmongold's legendary rant about vanilla WoW changes. No fucking changes. Nobody's saying this.
We're so happy to play Classic. Fuck you. If like 5 Russians can do it better, then fuck Blizzard.
But they're not doing it better. They're making the server, and then they're selling characters and gear under the fucking table and banning people and threatening to dox them whenever they complain about it. No, I don't want to have my game experience diminished by a Russian whore. No, I don't. I'm sorry to say.
Fuck them in the ass. Like, fuck them. It's so stupid. The whole situation is fucking stupid. It's basically just a, oh shit handle that they're pulling, and, a little bit of a money grab and just a way to report better subs for Q3 or whatever the fuck they're doing. I mean, that's their standpoint on it. Yeah. It's not to give us a good game. And they're reselling us a product they've had for years. So, this whole thing where they're like, oh, we're so grateful for the game. We're going to be paying for it. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, I'm still grateful, right? I mean, like, if people buy something, like, I can be grateful for a transaction. Like, if I go to the store and they sell me a hamburger, I'm happy they sold me a hamburger. Like, Blizzard is obviously grateful. I mean, wouldn't you? Like, you make something 15 years ago, you have your trade show annually, and you re-release a bunch of old fucking games, and somehow people still buy them. I would be grateful as fuck. Like, I mean, I've obviously been learning from them because I'm just sitting here watching my own old videos and people are watching it, right? Yeah, I'm grateful as fuck. It's amazing. Like, why would anybody watch this, right? But they're doing it, and it's Blizzard does the same thing. I mean, you learn from the best. Like, they re-release Warcraft 3. They re-release Classic WoW. They're probably going to re-release StarCraft soon, right, with Brood War. I mean, it's all the same shit, Like, I'm sorry to say, like, obviously, like, of course they're grateful. They should be.
I'm not grateful for shit. Provide a good product, I'm going to pay you for it. That's what a company's for. We're not supposed to have some, circle jerk. So, I think the main thing is Asmongold is being disingenuous here. He needs to get past, his initial criticisms, and Joe was hammering him on this. What are you talking about the fucking graphics for, dude? And he's like, oh, the gameplay just doesn't look fun. You've never played the fucking game. If you talked about it, maybe you could actually stream and then give criticism and say, hey, this game needs a lot of work, but the philosophies are promising.
Look, man. Like, if I see a race car driver drive into a fucking wall, I don't need to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. to know that he fucked up. It's like, imagine somebody puts out a plate and they're squat in front of the plate and they're about to pop out a turd, and you say to them, don't shit on my plate. And they say back to you, how do you know it's not shit? It hasn't even come out yet. Just think about it. Okay? Just think about it.
Blah, blah, blah. But it's because he's attached to WoW. His brand goes way down. Goes way the fuck down. He's known for World of Warcraft. He's dedicated,
I wish that was fucking true. But now everybody wants me to play these other fucking games. They're like, oh, go play this game. Go play that game. Go play this game. Go play that game. Like, I just, a lot of times I just want to play WoW, right? And just sit around and do transmog and go farm out gear and do fucking nothing, right? And now everybody wants me to do different shit. I wish you were right. Like, I like playing other games, but, like, I also like WoW a lot. Like, the thing is, like, my Dark Souls streams were some of, like, the most successful streams I've ever done on this channel. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, they were fucking amazing.
Thousands and thousands of hours towards it.
Okay.
So, that's my 2 cents in terms of, I'm not going to do a reaction, even though it's showing on my screen right now like that.
Yes, he is. He's doing it right now.
It gets a little ridiculous, but, go support Joe and, other streamers that are promoting the proper things for MMORPGs. I'm going to be doing more of this. I got a little series in terms of going through each mechanic, each idea that, what needs to be analyzed, what needs to be reviewed, what was good about World of Warcraft, what was good about EverQuest, these different games, the different systems or lack thereof, what was good about them, and how did they work, and let's reanalyze some things. Let's see some untapped potential areas that we can learn from other areas of games like, Baldur's Gate or Diablo or different things that made them great. So that's the whole point. So, yeah. First time in a long time I saw him where he was struggling to say something, and even his chat was going against him, saying, like, what are you talking about? Like, you're going to act like Oblivion is better graphics than Pantheon? I've seen videos from a year ago where they do it up close, and these are all...
What video did you watch? Like, I was pretty quick with the response. Like, there's been very few times that I've actually had to think about a response for a long period of time. I'm used to talking shit. Like, it's what I do. Like, what do you mean? Is mad because you have a large platform? Well, the thing is, it's okay to have Sharding Classic. You said it was okay to have Sharding Classic. I didn't say it was okay. I said it was going to happen. Like, I mean, I don't care if it's okay or not. They're going to do it. Like, I'm not going to quit the game over Sharding and Classic. Like, nobody's going to. Like, realistically, it's not going to happen. Like, being unrealistic and stupid is just going to make people ignore you because you're being unrealistic and stupid. People aren't going to quit over Sharding and Classic at the beginning, okay? Even if I would, in general, people would not do that. Like, there'd be, like, maybe 2 or 3 people pretending like they're going to quit on YouTube or something like that, and then they're going to play later on to save face because the odds are their entire content was built around Classic WoW, and if they don't do that, nobody's going to watch their videos, so they're going to have to do it either way, right? So it doesn't even really matter. Like, these people, like, trying to put, like, imaginary lines in the sand, like they're going to quit the game, they're just lying to make people feel like they're tough guys. They're not at all. Like, they're going to quit, they're going to play the game and make content for it the same as everybody else. It's what's going to happen. Okay, it doesn't matter what's going to change because they need to make money from playing the game and making content for the game. That's the problem with, like, only having content for, like, one game, is that no matter what happens with that game, you have to deal with it. That's the way it goes. Okay, reaching for views? Well, that's what it is, right? The relation of the company should be purely transactional when always doing is showing for Pantheon. Well, I don't know about that. Sounds like you. How? Watch the goddamn League trailer? Shut the fuck up. Okay, let me finish this.
Pre-alpha graphics, and the ground looks amazing, the fucking flowers and everything. It's like, what do you need more than that? You want good gameplay. World of Warcraft looks like fucking you know, a bunch of cartoons. So it's a stylized thing. They're going for a more realistic approach, and they don't have the biggest budget in the world. So what? So what? They could make a Final Fantasy, you know, anime-looking bullshit if they wanted to, but they're not going for that. It's not their aesthetic. So
Yeah.
we want to bring them into the fold. I don't want to be so negative. Usually I'm super negative and I attack people. I want to bring them into the fold because ultimately that's going to make the MMO community better. The creative studios and the different minds behind these games can actually get pushed in the right direction. But, you know, let's be hopefully optimistic.
Great thumbnail, whoever made this. Really great thumbnail here. There's somebody that actually made a highlight channel for me, and they spelled my name wrong. Don't know what to say about that. I really don't. I really have no idea what to say. Like, look, I mean, I think this video is dumb. Like, all the points that he made were stupid. They didn't make any sense. This is just a shitty video. Like, let's be honest, guys. It could have been a lot better. All right? It could have been a lot better.